And then the third biggest mistake that I see people making is underestimating the significance and the importance of community. If you could do it by yourself, it would already be done. Let me say that one more time for the people listening in the back. If you could do it by yourself, it would already be done. If it is not done, guess what? It's not done because you can't do it by yourself. You need community. There is something powerful that happens in community with other people. The Bible calls it the law of fellowship, right? In Matthew, where two or more are gathered, there I would be in the midst.
You're listening to the Move to Millions podcast with Dr. Darnyelle Jervey Harmon, the place to be for high-level conversations about all things millions. Your mission, mindset, methodologies, mandate, movement, messaging, marketing, metrics, and most definitely your money. I am your host, spiritual business growth coach, Dr. Darnyelle J. Harmon. Join me each week for inspiring stories, powerful interviews, and business growth strategy to help you experience abundance in your life because of your business. If you're ready to move to your next level everything, let's get this party started.
This episode is powered by Move to Millions, the book, the proven framework to become a $1 million CEO with grace and ease instead of hustle and grind. Oh my goodness, I am so excited for you for this really, really quick episode. And I mean it when I say really quick. I got a quick download this morning while I was in the shower, and I knew I needed to share it with you. So I want to apologize for the raspiness of my voice. It is very early. I'm actually also traveling because I'm speaking at a live event this week. So I'm meeting lots of people, shaking lots of hands, kissing lots of babies. And as a result of it, I got my little raspy going on, much like the raspy that I had right after Move to Millions Live. Speaking of which, have you gotten your Afterglow ticket? Because here's the thing, y'all. I don't think you believe me when I say it. If you know you want to be there next year, and trust me, you want to be there. You've never experienced anything like we curate at Move to Millions Live. If you have millions on your mind, if you are trying to reconcile how to make that kind of money without having to grind it out, you need to be there. And right now, for just a few more days, we are in our Afterglow rate. The Afterglow rate is the lowest ticket price we will ever have for Move to Millions Live. That is including our Bring a Friend ticket. Every ticket we have for 2024 will be at least the same, if not more than our Afterglow rates. So our general tickets are going to increase by $700. Y'all don't hear me. By $700 on July the 1st. I do not want you to miss an opportunity to, number one, get your ticket at the lowest rate possible. And number two, lock in your space on a payment option if that is what you need now so you can join us next May. The other thing that's going to be exciting is we have some powerful pre-work that as soon as you start the registration process, you'll be able to have access to. So by the time I see you next year, you could be well on your Move to Millions because our pre-work is that amazing. So as I stated, I am on location, I'm traveling. And this morning, as I was waking up, I heard God say, you need to tell them. And I'm like, okay, God, what do I need to tell them? And what he placed on my spirit this morning is that many of you are making some critical mistakes that will hinder how long it takes you to make the move to millions. So in this very quick, short, but sweet episode, I want to download for you the 3 biggest mistakes I have seen. Now, you know, I've been in business for going on 16 years. I had to stop and think about it because my 16th anniversary is coming up really, really soon. And all of this time that I've been in business, even though our focus wasn't at first on helping entrepreneurs and small business owners make the move to millions, all along we've been about the life of helping our clients make more money in their business and build businesses that serve them both financially and spiritually. So we're not new to this, we're true to this. And there are 3 overlying mistakes that I see that you might be making right now that could be hindering your ability to get to the $1 million mark, to get to the 6-figure mark if you're a listener who hasn't yet crossed 6 figures. Regardless of the money milestone you are trying to achieve, These mistakes could be the reason that you delay getting to where it is that you're truly destined to go. Number one, we talk about this a lot on the podcast. I talk about it a lot. My signature talk is on mindset. I think people underestimate the significance of working on the 6 inches in between your ears. The things you think about are the things you bring about in your life experience. Your thoughts are equal to your feelings and beliefs, which affect the words that you speak, the actions that you take, and ultimately the results that you get. And mindset work is essential. I often call this the softer side of entrepreneurship because most people think they just need another strategy. Here's the thing, the strategy you already have will work when your mindset is in alignment with the goal that it is that you truly desire to bring into your life experience. I want you to notice that I'm using the word desire. You probably have heard me say that before if you're an OG listener. Desire means of the Father in Latin. That means the desires that you hold are desires that he placed inside of you to live out, to manifest, to bring into your life experience. So even desiring a 6-figure, a multi-6-figure, a 7-figure, an 8-figure, a 9-figure, 10-figure business is not your desire. It is what God desires for you. And your ability to do the work on your mindset, to stretch the limiting beliefs that you were born into. You came into the earth realm as a vessel of light, but you were taught and you caught some beliefs that have limited your potential. Let's just keep it real. I think your parents did the best that they could with what they had, but the bottom line is their best was not the best, and their best not being the best is hindering you from doing your best. And so we have to do work to undo the limiting beliefs because they are self-sabotaging. They are preventing you from walking right in to what it is that you're supposed to experience.
I know you love the Move to Millions podcast. I know you can't wait every single week for me to drop a new episode. You know what that tells me? It tells me that you're also going to love my brand new book, Move to Millions, the proven framework to become a $1 million CEO with grace and ease instead of hustle and grind. Listen to me. Everything you need to know to make millions of dollars without losing your shirt, your sanity, or anything that's important to you in the process is in this powerful book. It takes what you are experiencing each week on the podcast to the absolute next level. Go now to movetomillionsbook.com to grab your copy.
There are so many things that you can do to work on your mindset. The first, this is the exercise I actually want you to do. And this is regardless of where you are. Even if you've already crossed the $1 million mark and you are listening to this podcast, I still want you to go through this exercise because there might be another belief that still has you playing small and preventing you from getting to the next $1 million milestone. Okay. So I want you to write down all the things that you believe about money, wealth, and abundance. Any belief you hold. Right? The word belief has lie in the middle of it. Most of the things we believe are lies. Lies that we have been taught, lies that we have caught through watching other people. Most of the things that we believe are lies. I want you to write them all down. And then I want you to identify how you can reframe them. So most of the things you believe, you will probably even say them in negative tense. Now, here's the thing about the abundant universe that our God created. It does not recognize negative commands. So anything that you say that has a not or a never in it, that word is skipped. So as an example, if I were to say, I will never be broke again, the universe doesn't hear the never. It hears, I will be broke again. And the universe has a responsibility to bring you what you believe. Y'all don't hear me though. So I want you to write down all of your beliefs, and then I want you to reframe those beliefs. Okay. So as an example, if there's a belief that you hold that says, I have to work hard for money, the reframe of that belief is money comes into my life easily and effortlessly when I am in alignment. I want you to reframe all the beliefs because mindset is the number one biggest mistake that I make. Number two biggest mistake that I make is underestimating the significance of forgiveness in your life. Y'all ain't ready for this. There is an episode on the podcast about forgiveness. I highly recommend that you watch it. I'll tag it in the show notes to bring it back to your remembrance really, really quickly. Unforgiveness will block your money. It will be like hair clogged in a drain and you need Drano. The only Drano is to forgive. You are holding on to the wrong because you think that you gained something by doing so. The person who wronged you, who probably didn't even intend to do it or weren't in their right mind when they did it, is off living their best life, and you are bound and you are not experiencing the abundance that is your birthright. That's a whole problem. So do your forgiveness work as early and often as you can. You've heard me talk about the forgiveness protocol. Shout out to Bruce and Terry Hebel. Forgiving Forward is their book. Highly recommended. And that book, that protocol, is something that I recommend that you indoctrinate into your life, because working on forgiveness, now it's a journey. No one goes to bed a blunder and wakes up a wonder. So it's going to be a process. It's going to take you time. I have had to run people through the forgiveness protocol every day for a year before I finally felt the release in my body at hearing their name. So it's going to take time. Don't be duped, hoodwinked, or caught into believing that you can say it once and it's going to be over. No, it don't work that way. But you need to do your forgiveness work as often as you do your mindset work, and they are different. And then the third biggest mistake that I see people making is underestimating the significance and the importance of community. If you could do it by yourself, it would already be done. Let me say that one more time for the people listening in the back. If you could do it by yourself, it would already be done. If it is not done, guess what? It's not done because you can't do it by yourself. You need community. There is something powerful that happens in community with other people. The Bible calls it the law of fellowship, right? In Matthew, where two or more are gathered, there I would be in the midst. Results are double, tripled, and quadrupled when you are in community with like-minded believers of God, but ultimately also just believers of whatever that is that you're trying to do, right? So what I love about our community, the Move to Millions community, is that everybody in it holds the belief that millions are their birthright. And so the energy that springs forth in that community is extremely powerful. This is why you need to get out to events. As I stated, I'm on location. I'm in Atlanta at Next Level Speakers Conference. Jeremy Anderson, love Jeremy. He is amazing. He's been a client. Love his whole team, his wife, Tracy, their babies, an amazing human being. And he's gathered 600 people in this space, in community, to teach them how to take their speaking businesses to the next level. I'm watching some amazing things happen in the room. There's no substitute for community. That is why we hold Move to Millions Live every May. And God Girls Making not miracles, God Girls Making Millions every November, because I understand the significance of community. It's why we have the Move to Millions Mastermind. And in the mastermind, every 90 days, we come into community because there is power in community. And when you're in community, it changes the game. So what are the three biggest mistakes? Your mindset, your unforgiveness, and not being in community. I want you to start the process right now, today, as you listen to this quick episode, to infiltrate each of these three into your life experience so that you cease to make the mistakes and you start making the moves that'll bring you into millions. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
Thank you for joining me for the Move to Millions podcast. If this episode has impacted you in any way, would you please take a moment and rate and review? Doing so helps us to deepen our impact and expand our reach around the world. And if you are ready to start your very own Move to Millions, I highly recommend that you order your very own copy of my brand new best-selling book, Move to Millions, the proven framework to become $1 million CEO with grace and ease instead of hustle and grind. You can get your copy and our bonuses today at movetomillionsbook.com. Until next time, remember, millions are your birthright, and to access them, you need only move. I'll see you next time.